So at this time, I'm staying up north more. I'm staying up north with my mother. I'm staying up north with the organization. And the organization now becomes my family. I don't go down south anymore. I stay up north and I stay with them. My life starts to go downhill. My life, I cannot remember good times. Now, my godmother, who is like my mother's sister, the head of the organization, she's naturally my godmother. She's my godmother. Her husband is my godfather. She and my godfather are best friends. My mother gets pregnant with me, and naturally, my godfather brings my mother, his wife, who's now white, to help with spiritual warfare that my mother is under attack. Come to find out, she's the one who put my mother under this spiritual attack to get to me. And because of her jealousy with my mother and my godfather's relationship. So from before I was born, this has been my story. To later find out that my mother is an addict. Drugs, sex, gambling. She's an addict. And she was using and doing these things while she was pregnant with me. So these are some of the things that I was predisposed to. So fast forward to my grandmother. Now I'm in the north and I'm staying with them all the time. Then I start using. I start drinking heavily. And I start blacking out. And I'm not knowing what it is that I'm fighting. The ones around me knew that I had spiritual gifts, that I have spiritual gifts. The organization, I know I'm jumping around a little bit. Forgive me, my nerves is a little frazzled and I'm trying to... The organization is based under ATR, which is African Traditional Religion. They knew I had spiritual gifts. The head of this organization is a high priestess. My godfather, her husband, is a chief. So from my understanding and from what I saw, these are very high-ranking situations. Everyone who I saw going around them, it was always of honor and legends and icons and everyone bowing to and everyone giving offers to. And it was very much a hierarchy. So I thought. I was kept under a mask so that I could be harvested. I was put in situations for my energy to be accelerated, to then have to deal with anxiety, to then have to deal with mental health medication that I didn't even know I was taking because it was in my food. To then be hospitalized. to be completely under spiritual attack and have absolutely no idea about what's going on, but to be told that I am crazy by the same people who knew what they were doing to make me crazy. You see, being a Black American, you're literally born into sin. You're born into the influence of those that are around you, because the way that we had to mask ourselves and our spirituality and the things that we did and the things that we had to do to protect ourselves so that we weren't overtly spiritual is the same downfall that the descendants have now, because we have no idea about spirituality. We just know that we all connected because we all seem to live the same life. We all don't like our feet swept. We all don't keep our bag on the ground. All of these things and all of these habits and things that we have that we don't understand why we do it, but we do it. But what I see now is that is just our ancestors' way of having our blood remember. Excuse me 1 second. I have to charge my phone. I'm sorry about that. 1 second. Okay. All right, it's charging. The disadvantage that we have as Black Americans is we don't understand spirituality. We don't understand what happens in spirit happens first and then it manifests into the physical. The diaspora understands it because they don't have the same experiences as we have as Black Americans. Everyone is oppressed somewhere, under something, by something, whatever, however, whatever. But it is a different experience being a Black American. Having no definitive understanding of who you are, because we don't understand that we are an ethnogenesis. We are literally a new breed of people. And because we are a new breed of people, we don't have much to go off of, and every day we have to grow and figure out who and what we are. We have only gained our civil rights. What was it, 1965? So how old does that make us as a people? We are a brand new species. And there aren't words yet to even articulate what it is that we are. So other people come here, but they know who we are. They know that we were chosen, handpicked to build America. Religious POWs. The best of the best were taken and sold as prisoners to destiny swap with us. And everybody knows it. These other places and locations have understanding about spirituality. We don't. So we don't know when we are under attack and when we are not under attack. And we are left vulnerable. And that is exactly what happened to me. And especially because of language barriers, you don't know when someone is praying over you or if someone is cursing you. But we are dead set into having a home somewhere that we say we are African Americans or anyone African we embrace, but Africa does not always embrace us. This woman who was the head of this cult targeted Black Americans for the same exact reason, because of our ignorance. Because we don't want to identify with America, we are left with an orphan spirit. Our understanding of Christianity in the West everywhere else in the world, they have a spirituality. Religion was beat into us. And for our own survival, we had to hide spirituality. And we weren't told about the spirituality for our own protection and for the protection of our ancestors. Because as you know, children, we don't hold water. So because it was a law on the books that we could not practice who and what we were, we had to hide it. So now we are generations removed from something that is hidden deep inside of us, that it takes someone who has a familiar hint or tint or looks as though they could be. And what do? They take advantage. They take advantage of the fact that they know that our blood is designer blood. We come from how many different tribes, how many different nations. They put us and separated us and put us in different tribes of people who didn't speak the same language. For this exact reason. So in one Black American is a nation. One Black American can have the blood of the world. The blood is pure blood, because remember, when the trade happened, I'm going to say tribes for the sake of understanding, but those tribes were isolated. Those tribes were in and of themselves. They had their own culture, their own language, their own food, their own understanding, their own territory. So if you have and go to a continent, or what is now a country in a continent, you can have different patches of different nations within the same area, and don't nobody bother nobody. There was no intermingling. There was no intermarriage. That blood was pure to that nation. So the blood that we have as Black Americans is pure blood. And that is just of the ones who were brought here or came here of the trade. Let's not forget we was already here too. Let's not forget that we are also indigenous and aboriginal to this land. Let's not forget that we are also Moors, Israelites, Jews, Hebrew, Spanish, Portuguese. There's cursive script on church pews in Savannah, Georgia. This side of the world is the true East. America and this side of the world is the Holy Land. America is the old world and the new world, which is why everybody want to come here. Because everybody knows but us. We will never have peace in America until we get back into our spirituality and build a community of spiritual people and who we can trust. We have to get out of our own way with the bullshit. If we all don't look alike, and if we all get mad because we say all black people don't look alike, that means we all cannot have the same history as well. The history of Alabama is not the same as New Jersey. The accent in South Carolina is not the same accent of Nevada. Everybody has their own truth because we were abused many ways in past go. The fighting that we are doing as black Americans, there is so much for us to be proud of. We're tethers because we want to tether on to other cultures when other cultures tether on to us. To be black is not just a race. It is a culture. It is a language. It is a food. It is linguistics. It is a nationality. It is an ethnogenesis. It is an ethnicity. It's so much to the word that the word needs to be redefined. To be a black American is its own race. But you cannot be a black American and still be black. It's possible. The separation has to stop. At some point, we have to even move beyond race. America is as beautiful as it is because of the diversity, because everybody comes here and brings their culture, they bring their understanding, they bring their knowledge, but they also bring disrespect to the people who built this motherfucker. Now, there is so much beauty in everyone. But until we decide to stop with the ignorance, people like me will continue to exist. People who have lived their whole life in spiritual warfare have been in damn near every situation known to man. And it all could have been avoided had I been able to understand that there's enough God for everybody. Me coming into spirituality more and embracing it more with the communities that I am now in and the communities that I am now building in and finding people that I can trust and that trust me and hold space for me even when I'm unhealed. That's what spirituality looks like. Not there was no J in that time, so Jesus is not real. No. Like, what are we even really talking about? There's so much division. And there's so many people that take advantage of us. Whether you're black American, whether you're Cuban, wherever you're from, ignorance is ignorance. Up, down, left, right, north, south, east, west. It's not even as much about color anymore. It's about light versus dark. It's about those who are in alignment with the Most High, the Ancient of Days, who are in alignment with their destiny. And then you have people who are not, and they came here to wreak havoc because that's the contract they chose to sign. We are beyond the fighting. We have to get beyond Black Americans need to have their identity, and it be safe for everybody to be okay with the fact that we have our own identity. I don't understand what the big issue is about that. I mean, I do, but that's neither here nor there. But that's not the end or be all to the conversation. At this point, we are too young of a people to be able to come together and hold each other accountable the way we need to, because we have so far to go. Life is beautiful. Living is beautiful. Being able to wake up on this side and see the sunrise is beautiful. But also watching that sunrise irritates some people, and that's fine. But when you have these people that are aware of demonic attachments, that are aware on how to trap someone in the spirit and keep their spirit or their soul fragmented and in bondage, we having a different type of conversation. The church is not doing what they supposed to do, because we need the church now more than ever. But we need spirituality more than ever. We need our spiritualists to come together and shine some more light on what is going on, because we need help out here. We need people who, now that I am in more, or getting into, or embracing and understanding, however way how to put it, now that I'm seeing things from a spiritual lens, there is so much acceptance in the spiritual community that has me re-questioning everything that I knew about spirituality or thought that I knew. Because of my brainwashing, because the only influence I had was these demonic people that I had around me. I was turned off from spirituality. I was turned off from God. I was turned off from I didn't think that there was enough God for me to be able to have a relationship with God. All I knew was Jesus is not white. And no white man gonna save me in the afterlife that's still in my face bothering me now. So I was turned off from the whole idea. But those who come from places that have the opportunity to embrace spirituality see that on us. They know how to trap us. Us meaning people who are spiritually ignorant. TikTok is cute now. Now everybody's talking about magic and all this, that, and the other. Now people are doing things and they don't even know what they're doing, and they getting people and themselves jammed up. But that's neither here nor there, and it's not my business. The spiritual community is the most welcoming community and accepting and needed community, and the foundation of a village that the world needs. The light workers. I need my light workers to stand up and shed light. Shine light. We are out here suffering. And if my spirit and my team did not bring me to where they brought me, when they brought me, I do not believe, I don't know where I would be at this point. And there are so many more people like me who just need to know that there is hope. And that everybody who is involved in spirituality is not demonic. We need our light workers to start showing up more and shining light to people like me who have been in darkness for so long. the spiritual community knows how to deal with these types of things. They know how to look at you and know how to solve the problem. But y'all are leaving us high and dry too. You are the ones who know how to protect yourselves, how to protect people like me. You're the ones who know how to find missing people. You're the one who knows how to direct and speak prophecy on someone's life. You are the ones who can elevate the ancestors who had no opportunity to be elevated. You are the ones who know how to release the energy in the soil for the innocent blood that was shed. We need you. Because the devil is out here winning and racking it up. The devil is out here winning. The light workers are supposed to have heaven on earth. Because God trusts you with the wealth. Because it knows. Lord knows God gonna make you go through some things to make sure when you got it, you don't mess it up. And even if you do mess it up, you so chuck it forward in alignment that you gonna come back. Spirit know how to get you where you gotta go. We need our light workers. We need the people who don't want to work with people to work with people. Work with more people. Come, we need y'all in droves. The light workers are the ones who the wealth is waiting for to come get. These sick people who work in the dark, they don't deserve the lap of luxury that they have. All they are doing is holding on to it for when we are ready to come get that shit. We chose to come here at this time in this age of Aquarius. We chose to come here during this time. We made the choice to be here at this time and this space, to have this opportunity, to have this, we chose this. This was in our contract to deal with this situations. And we know better than anybody how to meet people where they are and build them from there. We know how to deal with someone who might call one person or one being or one entity 10 other different names and not chew their head off. God forbid with some of these people you say Yeshua, but you meant Jesus, but it's then all of a sudden you cast away to go to hell. Like, that's not how it works. Hell don't even exist. We need the people who know that hell don't exist. We need people to understand and spread consciousness. To let people know you either in hell or you in heaven right now. We know that the dimensions and the frequencies and everything like that is raising and shifting and shit splitting. And we understand that more than the people who want to hold on so tightly to the Bible. And we know this better than anybody else. So why did we choose to come here if we not going to stand up? I was talking to somebody when I was finding out a lot of this information, and I was talking to somebody and she We were having such a beautiful conversation. I mean, I'm saying beautiful, but I was dead like ugly tears and just, but what? Like, it was the thing. But at the end of it, I felt like such a victim. Like, why me? Like, why did this have to happen to me? I don't bother nobody. Why do people keep messing with me? Like, why? I don't bother nobody. I don't do nothing. I'm on my business. I take the shirt off my back to give it to all of this. And the most beautiful thing she said to me, she said, you chose this life. Before you came here, you chose this. And it immediately shifted my perspective from victim to you right. I chose to come here and deal with this to correct. And it shifted my perspective. I chose this time. I chose everything that I've been through. I chose to do that. When I'm dealing with this, when I'm dealing with the testimony that I'm going to start bringing to light and not be shamed about talking about, I saw all of that. And I still chose to sign up to be here to deal with it. Because now what I'm understanding is when us as women, when we're pregnant, we have the physical body in the belly, but the spirit of that child is outside of the body. And my spiritual people correct me if I'm, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm still new, still, wet behind it. Yeah, you feel me? But in essence, my understanding of it is when the mother is pregnant, there's still spirits trying to figure out who's gonna jump in, who's gonna do this, who's gonna. I chose to jump into this situation in which I'm in. I don't think that some of the lessons, I think I might have took the scenic route with some of the lessons, but in essence, everything happened the way it's gonna happen, the way that I chose for it to happen. And all of this, there's so many realms of acceptability and responsibility and accountability that in the spiritual world, that it doesn't allow you to stay in victimhood too long. And that's what's so beautiful about it. When you look at religion, you mess up one time, now you're going to hell. That's not how this is supposed to work. And I was thinking on this the other day, cause I'm sitting and I'm not really in position to have the protection and be able to exchange the energy that has been given to me and offered to me. I haven't been able to feel whole in my spirit with the exchange and me not being able to give the beauty in which I've received. So, excuse me. So, when I was speaking to the people who get it, see, I think different. I think very differently. And the way I think, not a lot of people might agree with. And I'm very unique in how I think, how I move. And that's been something that I've always kept to myself because nobody ever understood it. But today, I can't be too concerned with how people receive me, because I am who I am. I am what I am. And I apparently came here to shake some stuff up. So I never mean to offend. I never mean to do any of that. But I am who I am. And nothing that I ever do or say is coming from malice. It's coming from irritation of me having to hide and mask all of my life. All my life I had to mask. I had to go along to get along. I never felt like I was comfortable here on earth. I always felt like earth was ghetto. Earth was like, what's wrong? Like why y'all behave like this? Like it just, Earth just, I never felt, I never felt, I never got it. So I always would adapt to whatever situation that I was in. No matter what situation I was in, I was a chameleon. Until now, I am who I am. And I'm going to be who I am. And those who align with me will find me, if I haven't been found already. And those who don't or won't, it's still a beautiful experience that we had together. Because we are in the times that we are in, I believe there has to be a mixture of belief systems and accommodations to what people believe and how people believe, and the things that get them to the light. So, with that being said, I hold myself accountable as well. I kept too many things to myself when I could have helped so many people. But I was selfish because I was stuck in my own ways, stuck in my own way of thinking, my own understanding. And spirituality is what gave me the freedom to be free. Since I removed myself from this cult, I have my own way of thinking. I have my own way of feeling and dealing with hurt and dealing with pain. And the messed up thing is, being in a cult, you don't always know that you're in one until you get out of one. I used to watch the documentaries on Scientology and not really understand. Like, I understood, I never thought that, I didn't think that they was lying. But I really didn't, I underestimated the lengths of what people will do to protect secrets. People will do some of the most mean, hurtful things that you could ever imagine. How could you sacrifice a child? How could you traffic children? How could you put poison in a child's food? And then justify it with spirituality and justify it with God? How could some people be so greedy for the wealth of this world, the wealth of this earth, and you can't even take it with you? You can't even take these things with you. People do some of the most demonic things and justify it with religion. And then watch you suffer and cry with you. I was told by this person that when I died, no one will go to my funeral. Because I was suffering with addiction. I've been self-medicating